for Geo Relevance. We offer a service, a specific service we're talking about is the 30+ page Geo stack. So let me get all this set up and then I'm going to dive right in. This will be a quick training, probably about 20-30 minutes. So ask any questions you have or anything of that nature. Just ask away and I will answer it. But today we're specifically doing training on the Geo stack. Okay, the Geo stack, it's a 30+ page Geo stack. So let's go ahead and start. But make sure to ask any questions you got. We'll give some people some few minutes, 5 minutes or so, to get everybody in here. And I'm going to give you an example and I'm going to show you the template. It's really easy to do, but you need to pay attention because this stack works for specific reasons. So the Geo stack, and I'll show you guys this, and I actually was training some team members on this yesterday even. There's a reason why we do it. I don't want to just tell you, hey, how to do it. It's why do you do it? A lot of people, they just buy SEO services and they don't actually think about why they do stuff. They just do it. And that's not a good thing. You don't just do stuff. Why are you doing it? You know, why are you doing stuff that you do? So let's go ahead and get started. I got everything. Let me get this into groups. Let me get it on the school platform. And then I will get started. We don't want to just do it because if I just do it, then people are going to miss out on it and then they get mad at me. I don't want that. Okay. Jump. Almost done. Okay, we are ready to get going. Let me go back to the homepage, make sure there's no questions. Like I say, if you have any questions, comments, you want me to audit a website, you want me to look at Google My Listing, anything, just go ahead and let me know. Okay, comment below and I will do so. Now, the number one thing I want you to look at, this is actually from an old client of mine. We did this. So this is actually for the state. However, we want to do it for a specific city. You can do it for a state, but we want to do it for a specific city. We always, once we do it, we create a link, hyperlink down here in the footer. It says learn about in the city and then hyperlink it to the hub. This is going to be the hub page. The hub page being the main page about that specific city. Now, comment below if you want the prompt, and I'll give you the prompt for it using ChatGPT or any other the LLMs you want to use. But we're writing about a specific city. And the reason why we're doing this is we want to expand and we want to dominate a specific city. If we want to dominate a specific city, we need Google to understand that we, okay, that we're the #1 It could be plumber, it could be a landscaper, it can be a roofer, junk removal, whatever, in that specific city. And yes, you tell me I'm in the city. I'm doing plumbing in the city. Of course, Google knows I'm there. Well, if you don't have any geo-relevant information on your site, how the fuck do you think they're going to know that you're actually there? One, your Google listing should reflect your website, and website should reflect or mirror your GMB. Nothing should be on your GMB that's not on your website. Nothing's on your website that should not be on your GMB. Vice versa. The other thing you need to do, we need to put geotopical relevant information on there. How do we do that? So besides covering all the basics, the topics about, let's say you're a plumber, we want to cover every single service, everything possible under the sun to cover topical relevance for plumbing. We also need to cover the areas and things to do and places to go and the streets and the government information and government buildings and things that are important in that specific city to tell Google, oh, yes, they actually know what the hell they're talking about. They're actually in the area because they're talking about the streets and they're talking about the things to do and they're talking about the places to go. So the same thing, why when we're writing reviews, we don't just write reviews and say, hey, John did an excellent plumbing job. So hell what? But what area are you in? We usually tell people all the time, use the city, use the street, use the neighborhood even. Take pictures of the neighborhood even and the job and upload them from the location. Why? Because of geo relevance. One of the ways we're going to get geo relevant information in a site is this stack. You're going to notice on this stack, specifically the hub page, for instance, we're talking about Arizona. The very first hyperlink, very first image, where do we get this image from? We're getting this image from Wikipedia. So how do we do that? We go over to Wikipedia. And all we do is you can look up any city. You can look up Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, or any of the major cities. And this is where we're pulling it from. That image for Arizona, we're going to pull from right in here. We can pull images, any of the images of Arizona in here, right? Then what I'm going to do, same thing when I choose Atlanta, I'm going to choose this image, and then I'm going to connect this image as a hot link to that Wikipedia link. The very first text link, when I mention the city, let's say it's Atlanta, will actually hyperlink and open up into a separate window for Atlanta. That's what we want to do. Then we're going to write about the geography. It's going to be a short little paragraph about the city. Then we're going to write about the geography, the population, government and politics, transportation, natural wonders and outdoor activities. And you notice I put the latitude and longitude in here. This gives us the general basis of, we know what we're talking about when we're talking about a specific state or city. Transportation, all that stuff. All this is very important. Now, you may say, well, where do I get this information from? It is really fucking simple. The prompt, and I'll show it to you, it's literally, you don't even, we can do it a couple of ways, but I'll show you the prompt. The next one we're going to do is you're then going to have in here as well, we're going to have best places to live in Arizona. We want at least 5. Now, I say start with 5, and then every month, if you want, we can add in new neighborhoods, new cities, and constantly adding geo-relevant information and updating the pages, which causes Google to re-index those pages and keep expanding your proximity. Next, things to do in Arizona. We're going to choose at least 5 once again, and we can add on to those every single month and keep expanding your geo relevance and your proximity. Proximity being I'm covering more and more area and landmass. Points of interest. Once again, we're going to choose 5, and we can keep expanding. Neighborhoods and areas. Transportation, roads and highways. how you can visit the area, best restaurants, popular hotels and resorts. Down here at the bottom, you're going to notice we then take only five, and we can add more every single month if we want to, and keep expanding proximity. But what you're going to do is you're going to put interesting neighborhoods, best places to live in that city, best restaurants in that city, points of interest, things to do, popular hotels. Now, you're going to say, well, William, why are you doing that? It makes literally no sense to me. It does make sense if you actually look at Google Maps. Google literally puts in front of your nose what is important to them. It's just most people do not pay attention. Most people try to manipulate the algorithm. Most people, that's exactly all they do. They try to manipulate, and it's not going to help you any, right? And the thing is, it's stop trying to manipulate the algorithm. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is work with the algorithm. And here's one of the ways we do it. So if we go look at the maps, what's the first thing you notice on the map? The first thing you notice on that map is generally going to be what? Think about it. Why do we put that information on? Google literally tells you restaurants are important, hotels are important, things to do, museum, transit. Same reason why I add transit. If you click on transit, it'll show you all the transit stops in Atlanta. Why do I do that? I do that and I put it on our driving directions because Google tells you it's important. Whereas most people just don't pay attention. Pharmacies, ATMs, etc. It gives you quick facts about Atlanta. Another way, where can we pull up information? And you see, let's say the information like we're using, the population, the area codes, all this stuff is important. And then if you put neighborhoods, Google tells you which ones are important. You see them all listed up here. So we're pulling that information and putting that geo-relevant information on our website. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? All right, I'm going to keep going. So the next one being, you'll notice there's something we do a little bit different. So on this hub page, only two things need to be hot linked: the image and the very first text where you mention the city or state to Wikipedia. Now, there's a reason why we do that as well. That information is Google assigns every single brand or city or anything of relevance, of importance, a code. You will notice that all of these have codes if you ever look at any of them. Okay. Now, 5 of these, 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 5 of these. Now, you can do this one or two ways. You can take this template of mine and just copy it or create your own. Let's just copy it for right now. And we're just going to take all of this information. We'll go into Chat GPT. And I'm just going to, say, now, once it puts it in here, I'm just asking it, write me a similar blog about Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I could piece this together and say, okay, Write me about the geography, write me about the population of the cities, write me about the government, write me about the transportation, write me about the natural wonders, best places to live in Atlanta, things to do in Atlanta, points of interest in Atlanta, neighborhoods in Atlanta, transportation, roads, highways in Atlanta, how you can visit Atlanta, and best restaurants and best hotels. And I can do all that. Or I could just simply copy it just like this. Either way, you'll notice that it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Now I take this, make it into my hub page. This is now my hub page. Go back here. Now, here's where you need to pay attention. On the next articles where we're writing these blogs about the neighborhoods, the points of interest, etc., there is one specific thing you need to pay attention to make this freaking work, okay? These pages will index in Google if you follow this method. So this is going to be the very first neighborhood. Let's take Old Town. We're going to write a short little blog about Old Town. All I got to do in this case is I would write about the very first neighborhood in Atlanta. Let's call it downtown Atlanta, right? Downtown Atlanta. And in this case, we'll go, for instance, discovering the lore of old, downtown Atlanta. It's going to write all about downtown Atlanta. The next thing you need to do, you see where it says next article, the hyperlink. This is the hyperlink you want to make every single time. It will always go to the next neighborhood or to the next point of interest. For example, this one will always link to this one. This one will link to this one. This one will link to this one. This one will link to this one. Same thing with best places, the best restaurants, things to do, etc. Every single time. Then on the bottom of the page, you're going to notice every single time that you have driving directions, and this only works if you have your address shown. Okay? To do the driving directions by address. You'd have to do it another way if you don't have it and it's a service area based business. Now, first map is going to be from this neighborhood or this point of interest or that restaurant to my GMB. The next map is going to be from this specific neighborhood to the next neighborhood. First map is from this neighborhood to my GMB. The second map here is from this neighborhood to the next neighborhood or the next page. What do I mean by the next page? So Old Scottstown, this second map will go to this one. Now, when I do downtown Phoenix, let's click on it. You're going to see it. This map will go from downtown to Arcadia. Next one on Arcadia, it will go to Tempe. Tempe will go to historic district, always doing the same thing. When we're done, this is going to create 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31 pages altogether of geo-relevant information. Now, let's look at, you may say, okay, let's look at the very last one and see what happens. This is going to be popular hotel. You see, nothing's changed. The only thing you're doing on these pages is at the very end, you're going to hit next post or next article, and it will link to the next page. And then the maps are always that specific page to my GMB. And the second map is from that page to the next page. Any questions? Any questions so far? Evening, Brent. How you doing, brother? Michaela, good morning, Michaela. All right, good morning, guys. If you got any questions, is it difficult to do business? Yes, it's very difficult to do business. Life is difficult. Business is difficult. That's the way it is. And this is another reason why you need a mentor. That's why my mentor is this man up here, MJ Lopez, also a business partner of mine. So what do I mean by difficult? I don't want to say it's difficult. I used to say, for example, Michaela, that dieting is hard or life is hard. It's not hard. It's just you're not in enough pain to want to change. Once you're in enough pain where you want to change, you're going to change. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. You know, you ever heard the term hitting rock bottom? I'm telling you, once you hit rock bottom, you will change. You'll have no choice. Another amazing thing is once you have a mentor like I had an MJ that believes in you and sees you at this level, they will push you to that level and you will get there because you now believe in it and you see it. It's not a matter of just, well, I believe in it and I know it can happen. No, you know, I have someone that pushes me and I can't settle. How can I settle when I get the mentor, the best mentor in the Philippines, and in my opinion, in the world? So if you're also, today is Friday, guys. So if you are, I know a lot of my followers on Facebook are Filipinos. If you are in the Philippines and you're in Manila, make sure to hit me up for a free ticket to Power Talks. It is Friday. It is today. It starts at 6 p.m. in Mandaluyong. I would probably butcher that name up, but free Power Talks, 6 p.m. today. You want to go. If you don't know, go to powertalks.ph. I'll show you, and you can get your free ticket there. Go get your free ticket here and join us tonight, and I will gladly meet you. Be there by 5 p.m. It is off of Shaw Boulevard in Mandaluyong. What I'm going to be doing, guys, I'm going to be going live every single day, just going over the different services that we offer and telling you why we sell them. Not just, hey, go buy this stuff like a lot of SEOs do or search engine optimizers do. They don't tell you why it's important and why we're putting geo-relevant information and stuff, or even show you how to. They'll be like, why would you show me how when I can now copy your shit and I can do it and I don't have to buy it? I don't care. Don't buy it. It don't matter to me. I just want you to succeed. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions? It could be business related, SEO related. It does not matter to me. Just let me know the question and I will answer it. Is geotagging photos still recommended? I know there are a lot of SEOs that will say no, James. However, and this is what they'll tell you. They'll say, well, once you upload the geotagged photos onto any asset that can be, you know, that's Google related, Google scrapes it off and doesn't do anything with it. Well, if Google scraped it off, I'm pretty sure they did something with it. Number two, if you're going to geotag photos or geotag any of your images and you're using those same images to put them on websites or WordPress or any other assets that you own, I would just go ahead and use it. I would say it helps. It's not some major ranking factor. But I would also say if you're already doing it for, let's say I'm geotagging an image and I'm putting it on my website, why would I geotag it, put it on my website, and not use the same image on Google? It's just redundant. You should do it. I wouldn't geotag it for the website, but not geotag it over here. Just geotag it and use it across the board. It don't matter. It's not like some 10% or even 20% or even 5% of a ranking factor. But I would say still do it. Hello, Celian. Hey, CM. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Vincent. All right. Good morning, Brent. What's up, brother? I know we keep missing each other. I am feeling better. So hit me up. Any other questions, guys? And then we'll get off here. Tomorrow, what we'll probably do is I'm going to go over advanced city pages, advanced city and advanced neighborhood pages. So if you want me to teach advanced city pages, yes, Michaela, free training from Sir MJ Lopez, the man himself. If you go over to powertalks.ph, it is Friday, and the first Friday of the month, he does free Power Talks. So go over to powertalks.ph and register. It starts tonight at 5 p.m. and join us. I would love to meet you, shake your hand. I am there. I'm there early, and I would meet anybody there. So it doesn't matter either way. So what we're going to do tomorrow, go on this post on my wall and comment if you want me to teach you who wants to learn my advanced city. And if you want to learn it, comment, and I will gladly teach you. So any other questions? Okay, yes. All right, I will see you guys there tonight at Free Power Talks in Mandaluyong. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook or message me or reach out. If you go over to Wolf Forge Digital Agency, you can also book a call with me, and I do free consults and I do free mentorship as well. Just click Speak to William, and you can go there and book a call with me anytime. This is based on your time zone. I am available Mondays through Thursdays in the Philippines, or what would be known as Tuesdays through Fridays in the States. So I appreciate you guys. I look forward to seeing anybody that shows up at Power Talks tonight. Until next time, you be blessed and have an amazing